All right, well, after the success of the first two Dynas that we got fixed up, made some cool videos on, and got one of them sold, one of them raffled, well, got to take that pile of money we got and go do it again and get some more. So I got the trailer hooked up. We're gonna hop in, see what we got here. See over my shoulder. Trailer, truck, and yeah, this time instead of going north, we're going south. I'm going down to Jersey, and we're gonna go look at two bikes this time. Two bikes again, I guess. Hopefully we come home with both of them, but I'll check in with you guys while we're, along the way and see what we find. But hopefully we're coming home with two bikes, so stick around. All right, well, we're on the way. Been in the truck for like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, and this is Jersey for all of you people who aren't from our area around here. This is why we don't come here. It smells like shit, and there's traffic everywhere, and it's basically just one big refinery and traffic jam. So that's New Jersey. So we had to take a real weird way to get down here. It's another one for people that don't know about the New York area. We got these things called parkways, and you can't drive trailers on them. So we had to take local roads all the way from the shop down to the bridge. So I went over the bridge. Now we're on Jersey Turnpike, or I-95 for you southern people. And we should be at the destination where the bike is in 34 minutes. So I'm gonna keep rolling, and hopefully we got a bike. All right, so we just pulled up and checked out the first bike, and it's definitely one to take home with us. So got some cash here, got to count it out. We're gonna go make a deal, but this bike is definitely getting in the trailer and coming home with us. So we'll make our deal with the guy selling it and get the bike loaded up. So we'll start counting this money, and we're gonna make it happen. All right, well, got bike number one loaded and ready to go. We'll show you a better view of it when we get it back to the shop and we unload it, but this is a 2014 lowrider, and I'll tell you more about why I dig these bikes so much. You all already know why I love lowriders, but these last generation lowriders, well, last generation in the Dyna family anyway, when Harley brought them back, really set them up perfectly. Mid controls, dual disc front ends from the factory. These bikes are tight, so we scored a good deal on it. Really doesn't need a lot of work or anything like that to get it ready for us to flip it, so this one's definitely a win. So I'm pumped, and we got a good deal on it, so we got cash left, so we're gonna go make another stop and hopefully grab another bike, and we'll have two. All right, so we've left Oil Refinery, Jersey, and we're now heading kinda, I guess, west. And this is, I guess, rural Jersey? I don't really know. I don't know shit about New Jersey. But we're going to get this other bike, and I'll talk a little bit about these lowriders. So the other bike is a lowrider we're going to look at too. I've always liked lowriders when we're talking about Dynas because it's kind of more one of the premium models, if that makes sense, with dual gauges, always on the tank is how it was, but dual disc front ends in many cases, like the bike we just got. But the one we're going to see right now is special in another way, which is, and you know what, maybe I'll do a video one of these days talking about just all the different Dyna models over the years and kind of how things changed. I think one of my absolute favorite Dyna years or eras, or whatever you want to call it, is a really specific 2 model years where you have what I think is the perfect combination, which is 04 and 05. Now, if you know my black bike, it's an 05. The fuel-injected DX we did last year was an 04. So these bikes got overlooked because it's a little bit weird because the frame is a little bit different in those 2 years than the earlier ones or the later ones. So like seats only fit those 2 years, but the beauty of those 2 years, if you choose to see it, is that fuel injection became an option on Dynas in 04, was again in 05, but they didn't switch to the new big frame with the 49mm front end until 06. So what you get in 04 and 05 is fuel injected, if it has that option, fuel injected 39mm narrow glide Dynas, which to me is just the best combination. So, you know, don't get me wrong, the best Dyna ever, I don't know. Is a, 2016 or 2017 Lowrider S the best Dyna ever? It probably is, but, that's its own thing. And then, obviously, in terms of older bikes, I think we could all probably agree the best Dyna would be a DX. So, fortunately, in 2004 and 2005, you could get a fuel-injected FXDX, so an FXDXi. So that, to me, is the holy grail right there, is a fuel-injected 2004, 2005 DX. Those are a little harder to find, obviously, and, the price is going to be relative. But just going and searching for any kind of dyno, whether it's a Superglide, a lowrider, whatever, I've been on the hunt for some 04s and 05s because I wanted to do some stuff with them. And the bike we're going to see right now is a 2004 lowrider, and it is a fuel-injected 2004 lowrider. So I'm hoping that it's in good shape and we can do something with it, because I really think it would be cool to start working more with those bikes. And although obviously the bike I just got is a newer bike, the bigger frame 49mm bikes have their place too. They're definitely more stable. You can do more, kind of longer highway kind of stuff, a little more comfortably with them. But if that's what you're looking to do, the world now offers M8 Softails and baggers, so a Dyna isn't really going to be the best at doing that either. But you go to the narrow, small frame Dynas, and well, you just got a bike that's a blast, particularly if it's a second bike, in addition to a bigger bike. So in any event, there's probably a lot of narrative there for all you, but I was just trying to give you an idea of kind of what I was looking for in buying these, and I think we got 2 really good bikes. So hopefully we'll be at the new place or the next place in 42 minutes, it says. It's gonna be a little dark when we get there, but hopefully we got another cool bike and get it back to the shop and we'll show you what we got. All right, well, that one was a bit of a bust. So went down a sketchy ass cul-de-sac road with no hope of ever turning the trailer around at the end of it, but you do what you gotta do. Went and saw the bike, and I knew it had a couple of imperfections, but when we got there, unfortunately, obviously you can tell from outside it's dark, but we were able to get a pretty good look at the bike, and it just had one too many things wrong with it that I didn't really feel like getting into and fixing. I saw a primary leak, which obviously we can fix no problem. I saw, I don't know, what else? There was a bunch of little stuff. The tank had these teeny little dents in it that I think could probably be fixed paintless, that were, didn't crack the paint or anything like that, just little dimples, but it's no big deal there. But then the thing that kind of ultimately turned me off, other than the fact the bike all around was just looked a little rough. On the front cylinder, it looked like maybe a head gasket leak. There was oil all over the front part of the cylinder, and it didn't exactly look like it was definitely coming from the head gasket, but honestly, I got the feeling, that hair on the back of your neck stands up and you're like, this is not a buy. This is not a good idea. I don't know. I got the internal voice telling me, don't buy this one. So unfortunately, we had to pass on that one. It didn't happen. So we're headed back to the shop now. We got one bike, so that's cool. I'm gonna hit some Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever, tonight. See if maybe I can go grab another one tomorrow, if I can find something that's local. I don't know, we'll see. So either the next part of the video you'll see is gonna be, we only got one bike and I'll be back at the shop unloading it, or you'll see me tomorrow morning and we'll be heading somewhere else to go find another one so we can have 2. I'd really like to do them 2 at a time. I think it's more fun that way. But yeah, hopefully that's it. I got the cops coming here. Let's hope it's not me they're pulling over. Let's see. Nope, We're good.
Whoop, whoop.
Fucking cops. All right, well, it's the next day, obviously, because sun's back out again. We struck out yesterday on that second bike, which kind of sucked, but spent the night combing through Facebook Marketplace and trying to find something that we could go and get and, you know, for another bike. Like I mentioned, I was really looking for an 04 and 05 because I really wanted to do a fuel-injected narrow glide. Just couldn't find anything I could make the right deal on or anything that was, you know, really in the right shape, what I was looking for. But fortunately, I did find something else really cool. A little bit more expensive than what we paid for on some of the other bikes, but I think it's gonna be a good one. So we're heading back out from the shop this morning, going over back into Connecticut actually, to go check this one out. And hopefully if it's as it's described by the guy selling it, we will be in good shape to go and pick it up. So I got cash, I got a bill of sale. Let's hit the road and hopefully buy another bike. All right, well, back at the shop, and we got two new, well, not new, but two new to us bikes to work on for you guys in some upcoming videos. So obviously, you can tell by how much time is left in this video, we're not gonna be getting into and doing any wrenching on these bikes tonight. That's gonna be maybe next week's video, or we'll see what else we got going on, but figured at least give you an overview of what we got and maybe tell you a little bit about why we bought these particular ones. So let's start with this one that we bought first. Now, lowriders, I know I said this in the last video, I dig lowriders. They come well equipped. They've got a lot of the right stuff, mags, mids, stuff like that. Obviously, you know, I say that, they don't all come that way. You know, mag wheels were, some bikes had them, some bikes didn't. This particular generation of lowriders came with mags from the factory. You go to earlier generations, some of them came with laced wheels, some of them it was an option. But in the case of these last generation of Dyna era lowriders, when they reintroduced them, I think 14 might have been the year they reintroduced them, but they went from around 14 till the end in 17. This last generation are really well set up. So they came with mags, they came with dual disc, mid controls. What else? You got the gauges here on the tank, which again, you might like the gauges on the tank, you might like them on the handlebars, but there are definitely a lot of easy ways to cap these off and move the gauges up to the bars if that's what you want to do. So a really good starting point to build a cool bike. So in the case of this one, it's in really good shape. Couldn't find really anything at all that's wrong with it when we looked at it. Obviously, we'll get a closer look when I get it up onto the lift, but really good, no issues with the paint, no leaks, nothing like that. Tires are in good shape. I don't remember what the miles were, but I remember them being good. Yeah, so we got just under 14,000 miles, so still a baby, quite honestly. And a very stock bike, which I like. Obviously, they did pipes. It's got a K&N style air cleaner back here, like an open stage 1 kind of deal. I'm trying to look at what else. I mean, obviously these bags, sissy bar, stuff like that, but we'll see what we want to leave, what we don't want to leave, but a really stock lowrider is a really great place to start, I think. So we scored a good deal on this bike, so I'm really excited to get into this one, get it cleaned up, do a little couple things. I'm thinking we got to put a cooler pipe on here. Maybe we'll do shocks. I don't know, just do a little bit to dress it up for you guys and kind of take it to the next level, and then we'll have this one for sale probably. So that's this one, the 2014. Now we come over here, and obviously you can see it's an anniversary bike, and I also mentioned it's 100th anniversary, so that means it's a 2003. Now, early Dynas are easy to come by. They're all over the place, but obviously they're gonna come in a myriad of different conditions, right? So you're gonna find ones that are stock, you're gonna find ones that are built, you're gonna find ones that are clapped out. This one is not our typical kind of purchase where we'd look for one that's already been accessorized, but we got a reasonably good price on this bike. I wouldn't say a great price, but I'm happy to pay for some of the stuff that's on here because it's stuff that I think were good choices and are parts that are gonna work for us. So, can't complain about a saddle and step-up seat. The pipe, I have no idea whose pipe this is. The name on the side of it means nothing to me. I can't even read it. Something ProTech, A-ProTech. I don't know. I can't even make out what that is, but I'll investigate that and see what we're looking at. It's obviously got this like pie cutter kind of thing here that's meant to make it look like it's titanium. It's obviously not. It's stainless, but it's a cool enough pipe. It's maybe not the one I would pick, obviously, but for a bike like this, that's not a performance bike. It's just you want it to look cool, sound good, run good. It does the job, and I will say it runs great. When we fired it up, it was cold when we got there, and this bike started right up. No cranking, nothing, just fired right up. So carb's definitely in good shape, and it's it's tuned right. So I'm good with that. The shocks that are on here are maybe a little bit tall for the average person. This bike doesn't have a kickstand block on it, so I got it sitting on a 2x6 over here, and it's even still got a pretty good amount of lean to it. So I might either drop these shocks down or maybe add a kickstand block. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get into it, but probably not a whole lot of work we got to do on this one either. It's already got bars that are a good height on it. I think I'd like to put some mirrors back on it, probably. It also doesn't have front turn signals on it, which, I don't know, if it's me, I'd kind of like to see front turn signals. Actually, it doesn't have turn signals at all, as far as I can tell, now that I look back here. This is not an integrated tail light, and I don't see turn signals back here, so I don't know. Maybe we'll do an integrated tail light, add some turn signals on the front. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing, but back to why I bought this bike, right? So it's very clean. Again, no issues with the paint. It looks really good. I like the styling of it. It's already got some good stuff on it. And honestly, wanted a little bit of contrast. I found another 49mm Dyna that I could have got that was a good deal. I saved it in my favorites because once we move one of these, I might go get that one, but I wanted to do an older one and a newer one, kind of together in a pair, just like we did the last time. So this one we might do another raffle on. I feel like this would be a cool bike to be a raffle bike. The early 39mm bikes are bikes that I think are great to have, obviously as a primary everyday bike, they're great, but particularly as a second bike. You've got a road glide or another kind of bagger or something like that, and you want something to, have as a second bike, that's lighter, a little bit more, fun just to go cruise around on. But maybe you don't want to go and spend the money to do it. A raffle, I feel like, is kind of a cool way to do that, maybe to wind up with another bike in your garage. So I kind of got my eye on it for that. But the big selling point on this one, as opposed to all the other ones I saw, because there were other anniversary bikes out there and stuff like that, was that the cam chain tensioners have been done on this bike. So mileage on this one is a little bit higher, not quite as high as the last lowrider we had. So this one's at, I think, 30,000, just about, which, again, in terms of the life of a Harley drivetrain, 30,000 miles is not a big deal. A lot of people get weird about that in their heads, that they think, I don't know where your line is if you're one of those people that thinks 30 or 40,000 is too many miles. There's probably more than that on your car. And I don't know what a bike with 20,000 is done. I just can't wrap my head around that. So I think 30,000 is just right there in the meat of the life of a bike. But the big concern on an early twin cam would be the cam chain tensioners. And again, that's an expense that I didn't necessarily want to get into unless it was budgeted for. If I could have got the bike cheaper, but it didn't have the cam chain tensioners done, that would be fine. We'll just take care of it. But this bike has had the cam chain tensioners done. So it's got adjustable push rods in here that I was able to confirm. And we saw, what the guy did to do the tensioners. So I haven't actually been in there to see it for myself with my own eyes. I might look, maybe if we have to take the pipe off for something else, we'll just take a peek at it. But I feel confident that, the guy said it was taken care of, and he had some, proof of that. So I don't see why we'd be having issues. So yeah, with chain tensioners done, 30,000 miles, this bike is good to go. Obviously we're gonna put it up on the lift and we're gonna check everything out, just like we're gonna do on the other one and we did with the others, but I don't see any reason to believe there's gonna be any issues with this one. Again, just like that one, no leaks, no evidence of any damage or anything like that. So I'm feeling really confident about this one in addition to that. So we've got two really cool bikes, obviously both lowriders, but definitely different bikes. So a little something for everybody, hopefully. So I guess the next video we do, and I don't know if it'll be the next video we post, I've got some other stuff we're gonna be doing this week that I might wanna do a video on for next weekend, but the next video in terms of, Dyna flipping, it'll be getting one of these two bikes up onto the lift to start going through it and see where we're at. So I hope you guys have been enjoying what we've been doing with these, kind of a little bit of fun going out and finding them and doing a little bit of work to get them dressed up and see if we could change them, just a little bit without spending a fortune. That would be the goal. So if you're digging it, obviously I hope you're all subscribing and definitely liking the videos because it's a huge help to us. But in addition to that, I just hope you keep watching, right? So we can just keep doing it because I'm having a lot of fun with it. Honestly, it's been a big breath of fresh air to be able to do something new and get out of the shop. So I'm loving this. I'm having a great time with it. So hopefully you guys are too. So I guess with that, I'm gonna leave it there and we'll catch you on the next video.